Hey guys, wow, it's dark outside, and it seems like we went from summer to winter. We have had a really, really good summer, and we have had a really, really good autumn. But it just seems like sometimes it just from goes from summer because we had all the way until mid of October. We had really, really good weather. Now it's like gray and cold, and yeah, so for me as an African woman, I always try to find ways to survive the winter. And yeah, because we have like, it feels like half a year of darkness, of cold, wind, rain. And if you are born in Africa like I was, that can be really, really long and actually depressing. So I think I just wanted to share some of the few things, some of the Nordic habits, I guess. Some are Nordic, some are not Nordic, some are some things I just decided by myself. Some of the things I do that keep me happy during the long winters. Here in Denmark and generally here in Europe, because also like if I go travel to Sweden, if I go to Norway, it's going to be the same. So I have found a few things I do, and this cannot be working for everybody because people are different, and some people they're just prone to depression no matter what. But I have found things that I do that keep me happy, and and before you know, the nice weather is back again. And one of the things I do, I try to see beauty in the season changes. I try to see beauty in each season. Like, I think everybody knows, even if you're from Africa, how beautiful autumn is. Unless you live in the city and you don't get to experience the nature, you don't experience the forest, you don't experience how beautiful all the plants, the trees, they change. It's so beautiful. Sometimes I just want to be outside there. I don't want to come inside. Sometimes I just want to stand and film and take pictures of all the beautiful trees, how they're changing. We have the road to our home. There is these trees, and like I watch them change, like from summer to spring to winter, like how they're changing. Like every maybe 2 days I see like the leaves are changing, and now they're almost all gone. By winter they will all be gone. So I try to go and look at these things, and I like watching the sunset and sunrises. Oh, they're the most beautiful things here during autumn. I think even earlier winter, we are blessed to have found a ground for our house where we are able to see the sunrise and the sunsets, and sometimes even the dark clouds. I don't know, like I think I'm that kind of person. I just see beauty in everything. Sometimes even the dark clouds, when it's so dark outside, I was like, wow, look how beautiful it is. Those clouds coming out with rain, sometimes they can also look beautiful. So I chase sunsets and sunrises, and my husband knows it. Every time he sees sunset or sunrise, he takes the pictures. He tells me, Millie, come, hurry. Because sometimes our sunsets here, they like, before you blink, it's gone. And like I said, also, like, we're not only just blessed with the ground we got for our house, but also the way their house is built. We didn't even think about it. But even when I'm sitting, or when we are sitting out in our living room, we can actually look through, because it's like a long hall. We can look through, even sitting watching TV, we can still look through and see the sunset. So those kind of things, they actually keep me happy. Something else. Look at my beautiful cup. Yeah. I have those beautiful, I have some ugly cups, like for example, if I'm getting up early, I get up 5:30 in the morning and I'm rushing to go to work, I don't think about what kind of cup I'm drinking in. But on days like this, when I have a day off, if you don't know, if you're new here, my name is Millie, by the way. I always forget to introduce myself. My name is Millie, a Ugandan living in Denmark. I've been living here for over 24 years. So what I was going to say, like, I'm a nurse, but on those days when I'm off, I drink coffee in a beautiful cup. I just live intentionally, I think like if drinking a coffee in such a beautiful cup, it makes me happy. I have ugly cups, but I let those be for like those days I'm rushing off and I don't have time. But on my day off, I'm drinking my coffee in a beautiful cup. For me, everything counts, And another thing is like bringing color in my life. I think I have been becoming very European. Like I've noticed I've been wearing a lot of grays and beige and stuff like that, which is also beautiful. I think We people who are of dark skin, we are blessed that we can wear almost all colors. But actually, I think my daughter said, "Mom, you're not wearing colors anymore." So during winter, I bring in more colors, and I think in summertime I'm also wearing colors, but I'm wearing a lot of beige and white. But now during colors, you can see I'm wearing a green skirt from Zara, and I'm wearing this beautiful green top. So I do that intentionally. Like I said, I'm living intentionally, especially here during winter time, because sometimes I have those days where I just wake up and I just look like, I don't know why. I'm changing that, and yeah, I dress in colors. I try to match colors. I do it intentionally. Actually, I even sometimes I do it myself. Sometimes I go check what color goes with what, and I put it on, and I just look. I feel beautiful, you know. And also, like, I don't wear makeup every day. But I started wearing lipstick. I saw this lady who inspired me, a Danish lady actually. She's always wearing this beautiful red lipstick. And so I also decided, like, even when I'm not wearing makeup and I'm home, I'm putting on my lipstick. I feel like it does something to my face, and it makes me happy. These things might seem very superficial, but this is what I do that makes me happy. And flowers, yes, I love flowers. As you can see, during the summertime, I pick flowers from our own garden. I have roses and different kind of flowers, and I also planted them intentionally so I could be able to cut them. So during the summertime I do that, but when it's winter and we don't have those, we have a very nice shop here in Denmark. I think it's in a few towns, not all of the towns, but they sell their plants actually cheaply. So I go get some plants out there, and maybe like 20-30 kronas. Expensive for some people, but so it keeps me from going to consultations. It's cheaper for me than to go to therapy. Yeah, these flowers are cheaper for me than going to therapy, so I do that. I also think if you want to save, these days they make flowers that are, I don't know how they do that. I don't know, they have dried them or something, but they're like real flowers, but then they have dried them. You can buy those like forever flowers, but I like changing, and I like having my favorite flowers. If you have been here, you know I had this in my hair for our wedding. I should have put on a flower in my hair. And lights, yes. And I think the first thing also, I think some of my African people, you can do using light. Yes, candles. I have candles, and I thought like having real candles can be dangerous if you have small kids. Like my granddaughter comes here, I think most of our candles now I have made them to be like fake candles, but I also use real candles. I mix real and fake. But the thing I like about the fake candles, I can let them burn through the night, and when I wake up in the morning, like guys, when we wake up here in the morning, it's dark. So when I wake up and they are on, just makes my morning different, you know, than if I have to wake up and everything is dark. But when I wake up, these are on, and when we come back, sometimes, like, it's not yet now, but it comes to a point where, like, we're coming home at 3-4 o'clock, it's already dark, and these are on. It's really, really nice. So I use candles. And when we got the house, I think if you've been here, you know, I've talked about that we made sure, like, we had big windows. So we have really, really big windows, and I really like that. It brings in a lot of light, and I know not everybody can do that. But even if before I met my husband, I had decided that I wanted to live very, very small. So I had found myself a tiny apartment, and I was like, this tiny apartment is just perfect for me. And I save my money, I'm going to go travel, but I made sure this tiny apartment had windows. It has a huge window, and there was always coming light in. And I remember my husband saying, wow, this is the most cozy apartment he had ever seen. So it doesn't have to be big. You don't have to have a big house like we have. Even you can make a small, if you're trying to find a place to stay, try to find a place with lights, especially, like, not only Africans, but especially if you're from Africa and you're used to being outside. Don't go find yourself an apartment that's dark and with dark walls and everything. That's going to depress you. And some people have said, those days when I used to post on TikTok, so you know how people they are over there. I was saying, your house looks like a dent. You are like at the dentist. It looks like an office. Fine. Why do people care how other people's houses look like? It's all white. That's how we love it. Because when it gets so dark outside during wintertime, the all white makes a difference for me. If I had green, brown walls, that would be depressing me. So that's something also we chose intentionally when we were building the house. Yes, guys, and like I was saying, also going outside. When I'm going outside, I'm not only going outside to look at nature. It's very important to go outside to get fresh air. I think many people, like, we go to work. When I go to work, at my work, the buildings are very, very old, and so they don't have the very good ventilation. So I go to work, I come back, I go inside, and I can do that every day. I get headache. I get really, really bad headache. You can't think straight. The heat from the heaters, the ones that heat the house, it's not a good environment to be in all the time. So going out is very, very important. I know it's cold, but find yourself a good coat. Find yourself a good warm coat and make sure that you go outside. I think being here over 20 years, I have learned what can keep me warm and what cannot keep me warm. So I'm very, very good at finding things that keep me warm, so I'm able to go and outside without freezing. And I've also learned how to knit. So now I can knit all the colorful things I like, and so I don't have to freeze. So find merino wool, for example, because I think us, like African people, we're not used to this kind of materials. Merino wool is good. Try it out because some of the other materials, they can be very itchy. Find some nice merino. Invest. Find yourself 1 or 2 good merino wools you can always put inside, or you can also find some of these clothes they use for underneath. People who are going to run, or people who are going on ski, the ones they use, you can use also that underneath. I use that when I'm going to work. I use those underneath, and then I put something on top, and then I keep warm. Yes, but also going out, not just for the fresh air, also like every time there's sun, go out and try not to have so many things on your face, so you can get that sun. You'll get some kind. It's nice for the skin. It's nice for the soul, and also you'll get some D vitamin. I'm talking about that, guys. Remember your D vitamin, especially you, my dark-skinned people. Remember your D vitamin. Don't even go to the doctor and then they tell you, oh, your D vitamin is fine. Take your D vitamin. Make sure you take your D vitamin, because lack of D vitamin can also cause depression for sure. A lot of people walk around and they are depressed and this and that, and the reason they are is because they are lacking the D vitamin. So go outside, not just to getting fresh air. For me, I go outside, I get fresh air, I look at the beautiful nature, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So guys, I fell off track because my daughter called and and my granddaughter, they wanted to talk to me, but I fell off track. So let's see if we can go back on track. Another thing also, I think I said, my husband and I, sometimes even in the middle of the winter time, or like late autumn, even in the middle of the winter time, we can pack lunch, or we can make some nice warm cocoa milk, cocoa, yeah, and maybe we can pack some lunch or pack anything warm, and then we can go just in the forest and sit on a bench and enjoy that. And sometimes I even do that myself. If my husband is not home, I just make myself something warm, go out and sit outside, and because sometimes it can seem so cold, but when you're out there and you're getting all this good fresh air, it just feels really, really good. And as an African, when I do that, it's like a small thing, but I always feel proud of myself, like, wow, I went out today and I did that, so I always feel proud of myself. So do something like that, if you're lucky to have friends close, do it with your friends, go out and take something warm, and take some nice beautiful cups, and put on some lipstick, and put on, and also that's why I like investing in a beautiful coat. I invest in I talked about colors, but I like having a very, very nice coat, warm, nice coat, and try to get coats that have wool in them, and not just synthetic fibers. Sometimes all synthetic fibers can be warm, but get yourself a nice wool warm coat. And if you if you can't afford to have several coats, get yourself a nice black coat. I have different coats, and because some are warmer than others, but I like a coat that looks good on me. So when I'm outside and it's cold, I just want to feel good. I want to look good, because when I look good, I know I feel good. You know what I mean? Because we're going to be inside 24/7, if I should say that. I try to make the home cozy. I think the home is cozy also during summertime, but we are a lot outside. But during like winter time, I try to make the home cozy. Like I have all these blankets lying around different corners, and those are really, I use them, like if I am going to sit by the window here, I don't have to drag a blanket. There is a blanket already in the sofa. I already have a blanket. When I'm sitting out there and I'm watching TV, I can put on this nice cozy blanket and lay on the pillow, watch television, bringing more plants. And I'm a plant mama. If you've been here, you know that. But I've been trying to cut out plants and bring in only plants that love the environment, because also during winter time, a lot of plants, they die. So I try to bring in plants that I know that love the environment even during winter time. Even plants, they suffer during winter time. And also, like I said, incorporating colors, not just with my clothes. I like to incorporate colors like in the pillows I have in the sofa, because during summertime they're like these not noisy colors, but I would like to put some more noisy colors when the winter is here. Everything that can boost my mood, I'm going to do. And make the home cozy, it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. You can always find beautiful things pre-loved. I have so many beautiful things in this house. We have so many beautiful things in this house that we bought like second hand, so it doesn't have to be new things. I do this kind of things to keep myself because the important thing for me is to keep my mind not so focused on the winter, to keep my mind not so focused, oh my God, it's cold, because I know the weather is bad, but I cannot change it. I'm here. There's nothing I can do, and I cannot afford to go away every week. So I just have to adapt. I just have to accept it, learn how to dress, learn how to look good during winter, because if you're not careful, you can end up looking like I don't know what during winter time, because the coats, they're huge. The shoes, they look like men. I remember some African girls were making fun, like we women here, we wear boots like men's boots, but those are the boots that are made for the weather. It's very cold. It's the roads are icy, and there's salt on the road, so you cannot be wearing your Christian Dior shoes. You have to wear like these boots that look like for men, but you can't actually look nice during winter time. You have to do an effort. So above all the things I've talked about, the most important thing is accepting that you cannot change winter. The sun cannot be here forever, and things are going to be like the way they are. And unless you can afford to go back to your country, or unless you have the opportunity to go back to your country 4 times a year, or go to warm countries go to warm countries like 6 times during winter time, unless you can afford that, I think then you can do that. But otherwise, you have to accept it. You have to learn how to accept it. You have to adapt, and you have to use some of the tips I've given you. All right. So guys, what do you do that keeps you happy during winter time? What do you do that keeps you jolly, that takes away the winter blues? This is what I do. Leave in your comments what you do, guys, and we can share and inspire each other. Remember to use your beautiful cup to drink your cup of coffee. So thank you for watching, guys, and I guess I'll see you in another video, right?